MTsociety asked a few questions about the overnight shift, and one of the questions is, have I or my colleagues ever encountered UFOs? I've never suspected a UFO encounter. We've seen some weird things though. Mostly it's drunk people and their pranks. Sometimes a junk car has been pushed on the tracks or set on fire and pushed on the tracks. Somebody rolled an old gazebo up to the tracks and left it there. We didn't get there in time. The train destroyed that. We got there in time to pick it up. The worst thing ever I've talked about as far as yuckiness goes, railroad to street crossing, train lost, a series of Johnny on the spots. Oh yes. And that's just because mostly they weren't properly secured. A lot of times people think that just the weight of them will hold them in place and they're not secured as well as they should be. And actually, usually they will stay down, but that's not something you should bank on. And as a result, we got called to clean that up. That was horrible. That was the worst. I would rather have encountered a UFO than have to deal with that. We've had bear. We've encountered bear. Just about any kind of wild animal. But never a UFO, although MTsociety makes reference to Close Encounters, where the character played by Richard Dreyfuss was working an overnight shift and he encountered the UFOs. So that was no, I've never seen anything that I thought might even be a UFO. How do I feel about fishing? That was another question. Well, I fish. Catch a few things once in a while. I treat fishing like any... you need to have a certain amount of respect for life. If you're going to eat it, fine. Don't catch it just to kill it. That's how I feel about hunting too. Don't shoot it just to kill it. If it's something you're going to eat or make use of, well, no. Animals are put on this planet to serve humans, so you can do that. But don't kill it just to kill it. And I feel the same way about fishing. A comic, Mitch Hedberg, of course he died a couple years ago, but he makes a joke about that too, where some of those fishing shows, they catch the fish, but they don't want to keep it. They just want to make them late for somewhere. So the fish arrives where he's supposed to arrive, and they say, "Where have you been?" He goes, "Well, I got caught by one of those hooks." "Oh, come on, let's see the inside of your lip." Well, that's what I think you should do if you're not going to keep it, though, is you should let it go. Don't just let it die and then discard it. That's wasteful. Wasteful of life, wasteful of everything. That's about it on those two topics. I'll talk again in a little while.